Ghostly occurrences can manifest in various forms, permeating structures of every kind with their eerie presence. The reasons behind these phenomena remain shrouded in mystery, with speculation swirling about the origins of these spectral manifestations that have woven themselves into the fabric of societal awareness in the realm of the supernatural. Certain abodes draw an unusually high level of supernatural activity, captivating attention and curiosity. Among these is a residence nestled within the landscapes of Florida, known for its chilling reputation as one of the most haunted dwellings in the state. This is the creepy haunting of the Riddle House. Another video has been brought to you by DraftKings. That's right, now your favorite real money casino games are right at your fingertips. Choose from over 300 of them, from slots to blackjack, roulette, live dealer games, and whatever you want, they've got them. With more real money games added regularly, DraftKings Casino is changing the game with new ways to play. And now more than ever, with a wide selection of exclusive slots and games you can't find anywhere else. In total, DraftKings Casino has awarded over $100 million in jackpot winnings, so why not carve out your piece of the pie? If DraftKings Casino is not yet available in your state, check out the DraftKings Daily Fantasy app, where you can have a shot at winning cash prizes all season long. So head to the DraftKings Casino app right now, sign up using promo code Mystery Archives, play just $5, and instantly receive $50 in casino credits. That's right, DraftKings is giving new casino customers $50 in credits when they sign up using the promo code Mystery Archives and play a minimum of $5. So have some fun. And now, let's get back to the content. The origins of the now infamous Riddle House trace back to the year 1905, when it was conceived and constructed by the prosperous hotel magnate Henry Flagler. Located in scenic West Palm Beach, Florida, within the boundaries of the United States, this charming Victorian-style edifice found itself perched ominously across the shadowy confines of Woodlawn Cemetery, initially serving the grim purpose of a mortuary and a funeral parlor. This early association with death imparted an inherent, somber essence to the house, despite its exterior adorned with a lively, vibrant coat of paint, which led to it being affectionately dubbed the Painted Lady. Given that Woodlawn Cemetery was known as the eternal abode for numerous members of the societal upper echelon, who were often interred with their precious jewelry and valuable belongings, it inevitably began to lure increasingly malevolent figures. The allure of hidden treasures among the graves led to a surge in grave robberies, compelling the transformation of the Riddle House into what is known as a gatekeeper's cottage. This structure served as a strategic command post for security personnel, from where they could initiate their vigilant patrols, with the intent to deter and confront any intruders with ill intentions. Initially serving as a funeral home and a mortuary, the house was already enveloped in a dark cloud of morbidity, further intensified by whispers that it stood upon the site of an ancient Native American burial ground, casting a shadow of foreboding over its very foundation. This unsettling aura was only to deepen as the years passed. By the 1920s, the tale took a darker turn with the violent demise of a security guard known only as Buck, whose life was claimed under mysterious circumstances within the house's walls. Some speculated that his death was the result of an altercation with grave robbers, while others believed a quarrel with a visitor to the cemetery led to his untimely end. Regardless of the differing accounts, the outcome was the same. Buck's life was cut short, and soon whispers began to circulate that his spirit roamed the property. It was said that he continued his protective watches from the spectral plane, casting a gloom over the estate and marking the beginning of its notorious reputation as a haunted domain, with his apparition reportedly witnessed by a multitude of individuals. This transformation imbued the Riddle House with a mysterious aura, making it a focal point for those intrigued by the supernatural and the stories that now lingered within its walls. Amidst the mist of swirling rumors about a spectral presence haunting the premises, the Riddle House found a new owner in 1920, Carl Riddle. Holding the positions of a city manager and superintendent of West Palm Beach, he decided to acquire the notorious dwelling, making it his family's private abode. It is from him that the house draws its current name. Contrary to expectations, Riddle's tenure within the walls was anything but peaceful. Accounts suggest he was continuously plagued by a myriad of unexplainable and ghostly disturbances, casting a shadow over his day-to-day life in what was supposed to be his sanctuary. Alongside these supernatural challenges, a more human drama unfolded, a tale of despair that further deepened the house's story. An employee of Riddle's, ensnared in the throes of financial despair from which he saw no escape, succumbed to a profound depression. This tragic trajectory reached its climax in a sorrowful event that would leave a lasting mark on the house's storied history. One fateful day, driven by his agonizing circumstances, the employees sought solace in the attic. There, in that quiet space, he made the grave decision to end his torment, leaving his body to be discovered the next day, suspended eerily among the rafters. Following these events, the intensity of the paranormal occurrences escalated dramatically. Both family members and domestic staff reported increasingly frequent sightings of the deceased employee's ghost, accompanied by less distinct, shadowy figures that seemed to drift through the halls. The house became a stage for an array of unexplained phenomena. Objects would inexplicably move, lights flickered without reason, and the chilling sounds of chains dragging along the attic floor, or whispers without a source, became a disturbing new norm. The atmosphere of dread this created was so overwhelming that numerous staff members found themselves compelled to resign, their nerves frayed beyond repair. Eventually, even the Riddle family, weighed down by the constant barrage of supernatural disturbances, found the situation unbearable and decided to vacate their once beloved home. In the years that followed, the Riddle House changed hands multiple times, serving a dizzying array of functions in its quest for a new purpose. It transitioned from a county hospital to a tuberculosis ward, provided refuge as a relief hub for a local mental asylum, operated as a commercial shop, intermittently served as a private residence, and was even repurposed as a dormitory for students from the nearby Palm Beach Atlantic College. Yet, regardless of its guise, each new chapter was short-lived. The pervasive tales of intense spectral activity, which seemed to echo through the walls and spill into the surrounding property, led to its swift abandonment time and time again. By the 1980s, the Riddle House sat desolate, its once grand architecture succumbing to a state of decay and neglect. Its formidable reputation as a haven for the supernatural acted as a formidable barrier, deterring potential buyers and sealing its fate as a forsaken monument to forces that had claimed it as their own. As the city laid out its plans for the demolition of the Riddle House, a ray of hope emerged in the form of John Riddle, the nephew of Carl Riddle. With a swift and decisive action, he intervened to rescue the edifice from the brink of obliteration. John harbored a deep conviction that this building was not merely an old structure, but a vital piece of history that demanded preservation. He believed that the essence of its bygone era could be best safeguarded by transplanting it to a new locale, a place where it could stand as a testament to the past amidst the modern world. This sanctuary was found in Yesteryear Village, nestled in Palm Beach, Florida, a sprawling open-air museum that spans 5 acres, meticulously crafted to mirror an early 1900s Florida town. Convinced that this was the destined haven for the Riddle House, John Riddle undertook the monumental task of disassembling the house, piece by piece, to then meticulously stitch it back together within the confines of Yesteryear Village. However, as the house settled into its new foundation, whispers arose suggesting that the spirits that had long claimed the Riddle House as their domain were stirred, their restlessness amplified by the disturbance. It was as if the very air around the house throbbed with a silent protest, a disquiet that hinted at the ghostly inhabitants' disdain for their new abode. Shortly after the construction work commenced at the new site, a series of peculiar incidents began to unfold, reported by the workers involved within the project. They recounted experiences of feeling invisible hands that seemed to push or poke them unexpectedly, and on occasion, a mysterious force would tap them sharply on their helmets, as if with a hammer. Additionally, tools and various pieces of equipment started to vanish without a trace, only to be discovered later in the most unexpected places, or scattered about in a chaotic manner, suggesting the involvement of unseen forces. The house's windows too suffered from unexplained breakages, shattering suddenly into showers of glass without any apparent cause, and the construction site became the backdrop for a number of bizarre accidents. These unsettling events escalated to such an extent that they instilled a profound sense of fear among the workers, compelling a halt to the construction efforts for over a period of 6 months. When the Riddle House was eventually ready to be introduced to the public in its new setting, the atmosphere was tinged with an air of anticipation, mingled with an undercurrent of the surreal. During the opening ceremony, attendees reported sightings of a couple dressed in the fashion of the early 20th century, mingling among the guests. Many assumed that these were actors, engaged to lend an air of authenticity to the event with their period costumes. However, as the evening progressed, a startling realization dawned upon the guests. The attire and appearance of this mysterious couple bore an uncanny resemblance to the individuals featured in a historical photograph of the original Riddle House, prominently displayed for the occasion. A ripple of whispers spread throughout the crowd as this revelation took hold. But when a search was initiated for the enigmatic pair, they had vanished, leaving no trace behind. Confusion ensued as inquiries were made, only to be met with the organizers' baffled denials of having employed any actors for the event, casting a shadow of intrigue over the night's proceedings. In the present day, the Riddle House continues to be a nexus of spectral occurrences, with episodes of paranormal activities reported with unnerving regularity. Visitors often recount startling experiences of unseen forces hurling objects through the air, and encounters with the ghost of a tempestuous, wrathful woman who haunts the kitchen, wreaking havoc by shattering items and delivering stinging slaps to unsuspecting men. Additionally, the specter of a young boy has been sighted, wandering the halls with a silent curiosity, alongside the more somber apparition of the Riddle employee, whose life ended in tragedy. His figure is often observed suspended from the attic rafters, mirroring the circumstances of his death. The attic, believed to be intensely haunted, exudes an aura of forbidding mystery, so much so to the extent that it has been sealed off, its door padlocked, rendering it inaccessible to the curious and brave. Throughout the house, an array of phenomena continues to unfold. Lights flicker on and off as if guided by an unseen hand. Mobile phones succumb to sudden, unexplained power drains, and inanimate objects seem to acquire a life of their own, moving in defiance of natural laws. From the hidden corners of the attic or the depths of closed closets, strains of music from the 1920s drift through the air as a soundtrack plays that chills the spine. Moreover, visitors report unsettling physical interactions, feeling as though they are being poked, shoved, or even having their hair tugged by invisible entities. These incidents have cemented the Riddle House as one of Florida's most prolific centers of paranormal activity. It is this reputation that has made the house a sought-after destination for those drawn to the supernatural, with regular ghost tours inviting the brave-hearted to explore its haunted halls. The house's notoriety for its haunting phenomena has attracted a significant amount of attention from those with a keen interest in the paranormal realm. As a result, it has been featured on various paranormal investigation TV programs. During these broadcasts, the investigative crews have captured a myriad of inexplicable events. Doors that seem to close with force as if pushed by invisible hands, the sound of bells ringing and footsteps echoing with no source, alongside a host of other peculiar incidents that defy logical explanation. On one particularly unsettling occasion, an American flag was observed to topple over without any discernible cause. A birdcage was also reported to have been hurled from its perch to the ground in a similar fashion. The investigative teams often reported the sensation of cold spots throughout the premises, an indication of the supernatural. They also managed to record audio that chillingly resembled the voice of a child, devoid of any physical form, and this audio was emanating from the children's room. Since its relocation to Yesteryear Village, the intensity and malevolence of the activities reported at the Riddle House have noticeably escalated. Observers and experts alike suggest that the spectral entities bound to the house have grown significantly more restless and aggressive than ever before. This shift in the nature of the hauntings has led to speculation that the spirits, perhaps perturbed by the disturbance of their long-standing domain, yearn for a return to their original resting place. The suggestion lingers in the air, a haunting whisper of discontent from the unseen occupants, that the spirits harbored within the walls of the Riddle house are not merely resisting their new environment, but are deeply aggrieved by the upheaval, manifesting their displeasure through a heightened display of force. It's as though the very fabric of the house, imbued with decades of history, has become a focal point for an intensifying storm, a storm that seems to be fueled by the resident spirits, unsettled by their displacement and longing for the return to the familiar grounds that they once knew. What mysteries does this place hold? How is it possible that it remains so profoundly haunted, even after meticulously being dismantled and relocated? Could this phenomena be an instance of what some refer to as a residual haunting, where past events etch themselves onto a location or certain objects, much like images imprinted onto film? But if that's the case, how do we explain the fact that the paranormal activity intensified following the move? Could it be that there are actual wandering spirits that have formed a deep connection to this place? Spirits who are now expressing their discontent with their new surroundings? Or might this all be the beginnings of a chilling urban legend woven into the fabric of local folklore? It appears there's only one true way to unravel these mysteries, and that involves venturing into the heart of this peculiar place yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching this brand new video. I really hope that I did this story justice, and I do want to know, have any of you visited the Riddle house? If so, let me know down in the comments below, and if you liked this video, please leave it a like, subscribe with notifications on if you aren't already, and please share this video on any and all social media platforms or with friends and family. YouTube's an ever-changing landscape, and sometimes it favors us and sometimes it doesn't. And more recently than not, it hasn't been favoring us. So anything that you can do, any one of those things that I named, would be extremely helpful. Other than that, guys, I will see you yet again with another brand new episode very soon. This has been Cody here at Mystery Archives. Remember to please stay safe out there and take care.